Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Modesty33 here, aka Crystal with the C, back at you with another video. But if you're new to my channel, welcome. I put out 2 videos a week, one reaction, one sit down video. Currently I'm reacting to Legion season 2 as well as Marvel's Runaways. And I'm also doing sit down videos on a plethora of things. Have been doing a lot of haul videos lately and have been doing some unboxings, just of some different items I've been interested in trying. But actually one video should be uploading as we speak on my channel, so you will see that one soon. But again, guys, today I'm going to be doing a reaction video. I'm not wearing my onesie, but didn't feel like changing after doing my sit down videos, so such is life. I'm going to be doing a sit down video today. I'm going to be doing, well, not sit down video. I've already done my sit down video. I'm going to be doing a reaction right now. And I'm going to be reacting to Legion season 2, episode 10. So just want to do my recap of episode 9. I really liked episode 9. Episode 9 was very interesting. It was very Melanie based and focused and kind of focusing on her relationship with Oliver. And then like, I really enjoyed those scenes of the episode where you really got to see just how Melanie kind of feels about their relationship, and just like even kind of a little bit of how Oliver has viewed her over the years. And it's just very interesting. Like, you don't doubt that there was love for one another, but they both changed as people. And Melanie really feels like she kind of wasted her life like following or running behind Oliver, and Oliver always had this mission to save the world. And I guess she kind of feels like he never put her first. That's what I kind of gauge from their relationship. But and so it's just kind of like a dynamic, a different dynamic between two people who are almost like being reintroduced to each other for the first time, even though they've technically been married for a long period of time. But 21 years of their marriage, Oliver was like frozen in an ice cube. So it was really interesting to see their dynamics and see really the manipulation and the hold that Oliver still has on Melanie. But there may yet be an ace in the hole. We'll have to see. I think there's 2 more episodes left, this one and next week's episode. So the other aspect that I really liked was the Carey dialogue. That was like probably my favorite scene of the episode. And just kind of seeing the two of them together again, and them stealing the weapon from Division 3 and then running, going to the blue car, going to the blue octopus, and, you know, sitting and having that conversation. That was really cool. And Carey, male Carey, telling female Carey that one day he's gonna die and she's gonna be alone like Melanie. And, you know, like Carey just could not really fathom that, because, you know, she has this connection with Carey and they've always been together. So like, for her, I mean, she can't even fathom being separated from him. So she's like, I would punch death twice, or I would stab death twice, you know, before it could get you. And it's like such a kind of, you know, it was just really almost very sweet sentiment. And then it was just kind of like very pure, because like she doesn't realize you can't stab death twice. You know, death gonna come for everybody. So that was probably my favorite part of the episode. Really enjoyed that dialogue. Then you had Lenny partying, wilding out, and then she's still seeing Amy in her head. And so she's trying to get over that. And then Amy mentions that Lenny is in love with David. You didn't see any of David last episode, except in the one little scene where Kerry and Carey come to realize that David had implanted some thoughts in their head. So you didn't see David or Sydney at all. You saw Clark briefly, kept getting hit over the head by Melanie, but it was very much Melanie centered. I felt like Melanie, Oliver, and then also Carey, and then Lenny and everything that she had going on. So that was pretty much my recap, you guys. I'm really excited to get into this episode. I have not seen any spoilers, so I'm really excited about that. Excited to see what these last 2 episodes are going to hold, but I've already heard that Legion has been renewed for season 3, so I'm interested to see how they're going to end the season out. But again, guys, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into my reaction. And again, this is Legion season 2, episode 10, chapter 18, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's chapter 18. But if not, again, as always, you guys are all included in the title when I upload this video. All right, guys, I'll see you on the other side with my review and observations. Bye.
I'm going after him. Because of what I just said. Because love is what we have to save if we're going to save the world. I'm just not sure that's what he's doing.
Why do you still have that in your hand, though? stopper hole. The rabbit over here chilling. He's like, I'm good. I don't know why y'all tripping. Thanks for that. Association with Marvel Dog.
You're not listening. I get it. Oliver left and you're pissed.
Wow.
But that's not what's happening to me. And honestly, kind of sick of talking about it. We need to get out of here.
I told you last episode, Syd said she's sick of Melanie's salty attitude.
He doesn't love you. What did you say? Oh, I mean, I'm sure he loves you the way a boy loves his mommy.
Wow.
Or a dog loves a bone. But
are you serious?
what he really loves, what they all love, is that feeling of power, knowing you've been chosen by God. That you're special. That you have a destiny. Once upon a time, there was a little boy. A very special little boy. He had a gift. And a curse. What do you think his curse was? Someone put a monster in his head. No, silly. The monster was the gift. His curse was... he's insane.
There you are. Have you always been this slow?
Where is she?
Chill, baby. There's no boo-hoo here. I just thought we could talk in private.
Oh, dang. Don't hurt Oliver.
Careful, Daddy. Don't hurt the vessel. It's not his fault.
All the pain and the damage. Everything you did to me.
Oh my gosh. Don't hurt Oliver.
The scar tissue. All your nightmares. Every symptom. The lies you made me tell. The drugs I did. That's my armor. Baby. I'm the lunatic you turned me into.
That big old thing fit in there. Y'all need to stop. Put it back in there. Oh, Libby.
Excuse me. Do you know where a girl could find a monastery?
They pointing.
Cool. Thanks.
I'm done.
He didn't tell you.
I'm done. Why Melanie doing this?
It's not a big deal.
Is this even Melanie?
It's me. Why would I?
Look,
Do you want to know?
I'm done.
No. Soon Papa sleeps.
Stop it.
And now you're telling me that the opposite is true. That the villain is a hero. And the hero is the villain.
Oh! My gosh, that scared the mess out of me. Them people crawling out the hole. Oh my God. Oh, oh gosh. Oh, that thing scared the mess out of me. Oh. Oh. The dog's like, listen, I don't mess with that now. Do it, Kerry. Do it, girl. Oh, the one dude coming back up. Oh my gosh! They're like ants. They're like 80 of them came up from the hole. Oh, that's the minotaur.
It's who he is. And we have to
What
stop.
is this?
No me dejas tan.
What in the world? What in the world?
Go now. Kill the weak. We'll be leaving soon.
What in the world? Whoa. Who is that? That's really cool. Don't let nothing happen to Carey. Oh my god. Carey, you better run, man. Dude, Carey. Like very quickly. Okay, he running. Oh my gosh, look at the way Carey running.
It's on the ceiling.
It's on the feet.
No. I need to hit something.
Sydney versus Minotaur. Sydney v. Carey versus Minotaur.
Too bad. Mother said. Too bad, she said. The angry boy, his face turned red. His face turned red. And with a cry, he chopped her head.
Whoa. Yo. That was like my favorite episode. Like for real, for real. Y'all. That episode was everything. So, you guys, that was Legion Season 2, Episode 10. I'm so glad I watched that tonight, didn't miss it. I do apologize. Like, I just have to continuously apologize, you guys. And I always put it, like, in my reaction videos because, like, you guys know that I film on my phone. I don't have, like, umbrella lighting or anything like that yet. So I'm just kind of using the fluorescent lights in my house. So it gives a little bit of light, but it's kind of, like, grainy and not the best. So I do apologize for that. But like, I'm super like, man, this episode was hyped from beginning to end. Like, there were so many aspects of it that I absolutely love. I love the whole dialogue between Sydney and Melanie, and it is so funny because you looked at Melanie in the beginning and the confidence that she showed, it really mirrored the confidence. Remember episode 5 of season 1 that David had after he had gotten out of the astral plane, and like basically like the Shadow King had taken over. I think that was episode 5. Yeah, it was episode 5 of season 1. And remember, he came back with a different swagger and attitude. You had the sense of that like with Melanie in this episode, and it was just kind of like, okay, like I didn't say it in my reaction, but I was kind of thinking that too, like, okay, is she the Shadow King? Like, is the Shadow King in her now, or is she just like 100% like Team Shadow King? Like, is she playing her part essentially? And like, because you know Oliver's her man, but then like at the same time she's seeing what's happening to Oliver, and she's just like, oh well, no, it doesn't bother me. It's not him. It's just a face. So like, but you see, you know, because of how deeply attached Melanie is to Oliver, seeing him being hurt like that, like if it was actually Melanie, she would have like, you know, felt something or said something. Like she would have been visibly emotional about it, and you saw that she just did not miss a beat, didn't miss a step. So I wonder, like, what is like Farouk, his whole agenda with bringing Sydney down there and showing her all those things. I mean, and it's a very harsh way of doing it. Like, I mean, just everything that Melanie was saying was just very harsh. Like, it was just very much like, killed anything, any love that you got for him, like showed you like the worst, absolute worst parts of David, and said that like, well, this is really him. Yeah, the Shadow King got in him and, you know, was a parasite, but, you know, in all actuality, he enjoyed doing those things. So, you know, like the Shadow King made him do them, but David actually enjoyed it. And just showing Sydney all these different things, you know, that again is trying to like change her mind and like really turn her away from David, essentially. Because you know that, like, you know, there's truth riddled in every, you know, a bit of truth riddled in every lie. And so you know that the Shadow King has an objective and an agenda behind showing Sydney all of these things. And that, you know, the Shadow King ultimately, like, really, you know, again, is trying to turn people against David, or, like, especially he knows that would hurt David, you know, most of all is turning Sydney against him. So, you know, I guess maybe that was his play in spending all that time and showing her all those different things, because he knew that ultimately that would hurt David the most, is like losing Sydney, essentially. And then I guess the Minotaur is like, I don't know how to say it, but like basically a weapon of the Shadow King, or maybe like the Minotaur is just like a servant or like a minion, I guess a minion like of the Shadow King. And so like once he, you know, gets to his body, the Minotaur is able to get at full strength. And maybe like the Minotaur is almost like a guardian of the Shadow King and his body. And I'm trying to think, like, I have to like look at it again and see, like, you know, like what was the purpose of the Minotaur kind of showing up in Division 3? And it was always seemed like it was affiliated with Melanie. Was it really about kind of like getting Melanie there? And like, was this a part of the Shadow King's agenda the whole time? Is that Melanie was kind of the ace in the hole? And it's kind of like the Minotaur, again, kind of showing up as like that continuous presence of the Shadow King within Division 3, and, you know, like essentially poisoning Melanie this whole time. And so, and that may be too why we kept seeing the Minotaur around Melanie, because we know that from the last episode, like the whole 13 days, like when David came back, Oliver was speaking, you know, Oliver / the Shadow King was speaking to Melanie and getting her on board. And this is when we kept seeing like the Minotaur, but never knew what it meant. But it might have been like, again, it was like around Melanie, because like Melanie had a connection to, you know, the Shadow King through Oliver. So that may, I guess, be the link right there. That's what I'm thinking anyway. I have to watch other people's reactions and, reviews and all that to kind of get more of an understanding, and of course watch it back again. But and it was really cool. Like Lenny, like I wonder like why the little people who were in the cave, why were they attacking like Division 3, but they didn't attack Lenny? Like Lenny clearly pulled out this big old semi-automatic weapon out of this little box, and she asked where the monastery was, and they just pointed, and they didn't do nothing to her. They just had the boxes on their head. But then when the two Careys came, with some of the soldiers from Division 3, then they come out here, whipping their little things and like, making that screeching noise that, debilitated everybody there. And Carey, that was a cool scene too, her fighting all of them. That was really cool. And then they just kept crawling out of that hole like crazy. So, and then Lenny came and kind of helped a bit. So that was really cool. Clark ended up coming on the scene, bringing the little pitchfork thing, and apparently if you hit it, it disables every mutant ability for like a few minutes, so everybody is just like a regular person. I don't know where he found that or found out about that. Maybe I missed that throughout the season or something. But yeah, so that's really cool, but they never got to use it. The Shadow King like totally flipped that out, and he did end up getting back into his body. I don't know, like, I'm glad to hear that Oliver is not dead after David tortured him, but I don't know about Melanie. Is Melanie okay after the Shadow King left her body and now he's back in his own body? And so, and it looked like, David's just sitting there chilling. Like, it seemed like maybe David was just waiting for the Shadow King to get into his body. Like, it wasn't about stopping him anymore, but like David really wants to face off with the Shadow King. Like, he does not care about the Shadow King getting his body. He's like, listen, you're gonna go down, I'm gonna get my revenge either way. Get your body, I don't care, you're still not powerful enough to stop me. Because it seemed like it was more of a resolve, like at the toward like the end after he tortured Oliver, that like he just like, listen, I don't care, he's in his body, maybe not, but like he felt like, he kept thinking of all the ways he was going to torture the Shadow King. And so he was so fixated on that, he didn't even care if the Shadow King got his body anymore, because at the end of the day, he felt like, I'm still going to beat him. So I guess maybe we'll see this we'll see this face off in the finale episode next week. So, but this was a really, really good episode. I really enjoyed this episode, like from beginning to end, and even seeing all the flashbacks that Melanie was showing Sydney. Like, all of that was just really, really cool. Like, like essentially kind of like the origin of a villain, like just everything that Melanie was showing her and trying to get, Melanie / Shadow King, like, was showing Sydney, trying to get her to see, just like the evil really that's rising up in David. Like, she sees the good in him, but there are a lot of things that he hides from her, and there are a lot of aspects about him that she doesn't know about. So, anyway, guys, that was my review, Legion Season 2, Episode 10, Chapter 18. I really, like I said, like a whole bunch of times before, I really love this episode. Probably my favorite of the season thus far, as the story goes. I really look forward to seeing what they're going to do with the finale and what storyline they're going to take into Season 3, since the show has been renewed. But again, guys, if you enjoyed this reaction, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Also, make sure you comment below. Let me know what you thought about this episode. Also, share this video with anyone else who might like Legion, who's watching the show. And most importantly, before you click off of this video, make sure you hit the red button below to subscribe to my channel, and also hit the bell next to it so you're notified when I upload future videos. And again, you guys, I thank you guys so very much for watching and being patient with my videos. I understand that, the picture and the audio quality is not the best, but I'm still very grateful for those of you who stick in there and still like my reactions. So hopefully in the future, I will be able to invest more money into more equipment as the channel grows and make the videos better. But for now, I am again limited to my phone and my house lighting. So anyway, guys, I hope you have a very great evening and a great weekend, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.